Hello, tram. I literally took the tram one stop. So today is made up of many parts, and the first part is I need to go to Mountain Warehouse, which is basically a shop you can buy outdoors gear and stuff. And the whole reason I'm going to buy outdoor gear and stuff is because, well, I actually need to get some walking shoes, because this evening myself and some colleagues and some of their friends are going up north to go and stay in a castle. Well, it's not really a castle, it's an Airbnb with a turret, so we call it a castle. And yeah, then we're going to, tomorrow we're supposed to be climbing up in Munro, which is essentially a big hill. And by big hill I mean over 3,000 feet. Well, 1 hour and a giant Mountain Warehouse bag later, I am heading to the office. I think I've got everything I need. I've got some walking boots, which are really nice looking, and I got a replacement backpack for my current one. Exactly the same one I had, but I need to replace my backpack anyway. So I've done that, and I got some socks. So yeah, I am almost good to go. I'm just going to pop into Tesco and then head to the office, and then later on get a couple more things, and then we'll head up north. Oh right, well it is later in the day, it's about 4 o'clock, and I am heading to get the train to go to Edinburgh Park. I've had a somewhat productive day at the office, or like half a day basically. So the plan is I'm going to get the train from Waverley to Edinburgh Park, get off, go to the Tesco, pick up a few things, and then meet up with my colleague Sean and his girlfriend Amy, and then we are driving up north. Alright, I'm on the train going to Edinburgh Park. It's about to leave Waverley, and Costa is my dinner. Got a mozzarella, tomato and basil panini. It's always really good, still looking forward to that. Look how much stuff I have. Like, I'm taking up a whole section here. Luckily there's barely anyone around here, but still, I have a lot of crap. We've come down at M&S at Sterling Services. Just not far set off. That's a pretty cool little roof area there. Well, I am sitting on my bed. This is like basically, let me show you. Yep, it's a cute little room. I'm sharing this room with my friend and colleague Sean, and yeah, it is the day of the climb. We're gonna climb today. That is the Munro. It is really tall. I don't think it's the tallest one, obviously, that there is, and it's definitely not the most challenging, but it's still, to me, I've only climbed smaller hills, and that looks pretty challenging. Because like I said before, our Munro is at least 33,000 feet, I think. Spot right here. I feel like I shouldn't be on the road, but it's so empty that, like, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm just not on the road. track should be smoother. But I've literally been on hands and knees at some points. Wow, this is beautiful. We're not even at the top yet. Wow. Sorry, just climbed up around this. This is really, really nice. We stopped here by this river. Which kind of reminds me of Dollar Glen, actually. Everyone's trying to go down over this stream bit here. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Look at that dam! That's really cool. Nice, 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 nice. Nice! Sitting here about, I'm not sure exactly at what point in the Munro, but we're basically down near the bottom and sitting next to the reservoir. There's the reservoir here, and we walked all the way up to the summit, back down. I came down with my colleague Sean. There's other people following behind us. I'm waiting here. He's went back to just check they're okay, but that was one of the most physically demanding, like just exhausting things I have ever done. There's nothing I can compare that to. That was just intense. So after the last clip that you saw, I couldn't really vlog anymore. I think it was at the reservoir. I think it was some shots of back here at the reservoir. Maybe there was some more. I don't remember it, to be honest. But we went up and it got very steep. You're pretty much climbing hands and knees on like a 45-degree angle for hundreds and hundreds of meters or feet. I mean, Munro is like 3,000 feet at least, and this is definitely classifies as a Munro. So we went I have this this like stick thing that you can use to hold on to. I am super dirty, I'm wet, I'm damp, and we are heading back, but I'm just waiting on Sean coming back with hopefully other people. Hopefully they make it back okay. And yeah, it was just going up to the top. So when we got up further up, it got really cold. There was a lot of rain, like a lot of rain, and the wind was intense. So it was getting seriously serious. We did not stay long, and in fact, I made it to the top, but not just quite to the summit. Like I just had to turn back. I think I hear people coming. It got to the point where it was so intense. I didn't have any more stamina to keep climbing, because it was, picture like this angle of rocks on your hands and knees climbing up. Like that is how intense it got. and we did see patches of snow, but there wasn't a vast amount of snow, but there was patches of snow here and there that had been left over from a few weeks. I swear I can hear people coming. So yeah, I'm going to think on more thoughts. I'm probably going to add in more thoughts onto this later, because this is just my now reaction, but I'm going to think on this and I want to add more in later on. I'm so exhausted. That was the most physically demanding thing I've ever done. I've never felt so exhausted as I did doing that. That was intense. That was really, that was my first Munro. That was, I've never done a Munro. I've never climbed anything remotely like as high or as rugged or as demanding as that was, and I am really thankful for my for colleagues and the group. And there's about 10 or 12 of us that were going up, because it's really helpful. We were able to support each other and share like snacks and food and water, because I actually ran out of water, so I was able to get some water and some like fluids off of people. I'm still kind of thirsty, so yeah, I can definitely hear people, but the sounds in this place travels, but I can't see anybody coming, so you know, hopefully they'll be here soon. They shouldn't be too far behind. But yeah, like I said, I made it about 50 meters off of the summit, which is, for something that's like 3,000 feet up, which is, I don't know how many meters it is. But anyway, I basically made it to the top. Let's just say I made it to the top. I made it 99.9% of the way to the top. So I think we can round up and say I made it to the top and I completed this Munro, because there's no way in hell I'm going back up there to do that last bit again. But yeah, I'll keep thinking on things. I'll add more, probably in post later on when I'm doing edits. I'll add in more of my thoughts, and yeah, I'm glad to be back at almost near the bottom, so that's all I can say now. And yeah, I can definitely hear people, and I can hear Sean, so I can hear his voice, so I know they're close. It's really foggy. Like where I'm sitting, it's like really super foggy, and oh yeah, I can see people coming. They're up on the hill there. So yeah, it's kind of foggy. Definitely not as extreme the weather when we were up at the top, but we're quite near the bottom right now.
This is the top because, let's be honest, the top was a wee
Yeah,
bit.
this is good enough to be the top, Sean.
Yeah, without the, like this thing behind me, the windmill on top.
Oh no.
Yay! Yes.
There we go.
There's sheep randomly here. Well, I mean, not randomly. We are on like a hill, still really far up. But like sheep. Look at the sheep. They're just there. Hi sheep. Chilling. Hey vlog, so it's been a couple weeks now since I climbed Munro, and I can still say that that was one of the most physically and maybe mentally challenging things I've ever done. The thing is, it wasn't just the physical aspect, because the physical aspect was really tough, but there's also the mental aspect where when we were at the dam and the river area, the reservoir, what happened next is we climbed up, and we climbed up a really steep incline, and it started to rain, and it started to get really cold and rain really heavy, and then the clouds came in lower. So very quickly it turned into us being basically in the clouds, having the rain starting to come down on us and the wind picking up. So that's partly why you didn't see any more vlog clips from beyond the reservoir, because it got to the point where you just had to keep pushing. I was more focused on trying to keep going and managing my energy levels, because I was getting kind of hungry. So yeah, it was a real challenge. It got really intense beyond that point, just like I said, partly why you didn't see any more vlog clips. What you did see though, just before this clip, is Sean popping the champagne. That was because it was his last Munro. Massive congratulations to him for completing all of the Munros. That's about 283, 284 Munros, I think. So yeah, really amazing job by him. He's done that over a 10-year period, so he has climbed all of them. That is such an achievement, because from doing one of them, just doing that one, I have a much greater appreciation for how difficult it is. And there's the fact that, like I said, not just the physical challenge, but the mental challenge, where you have to just keep going, and you're climbing for like thousands of feet. And when the cloud cover comes in, it really hit me, I think, when the clouds were coming in and they were low and the rain was lashing down on you and you just couldn't see anything really around you, so you had no idea where you were, you had no idea if you were near the top or anything. And that was what really made it more challenging, because there was points where I wanted to just stop and give up, but you can't. You have to keep going. Because it's not like you can just, you know, you're out for a walk or a stroll and you could just be like, oh, I'll just get a bus or a train or a taxi or something, or someone come pick me up. There's like no one out there, you know, you're either yourself or you're with your group, and nobody else can come and get you. There's no mobile service. So you're just out there, essentially, apart from your group, you're alone in the elements. And that's a really humbling experience, but it's also really scary because, yeah, your options are either you keep going or you die. And it's like, even if you want to turn back, you've still got to go all the way back. So it's not like you can just stop. You can't stop. You have to keep going. So that was what really, I think, was probably the most challenging part, was the mental aspect of it. Yeah, the physical aspect was really difficult because, again, like I said, what made it even tougher was the fact that not just that we were climbing at points almost like vertically, but we were climbing over rocks and really rough terrain, and it was really hard going physically. But then you've got on top of it, just the mental challenge and the weather and just the rain pouring down and the wind blowing at you. Everything got wet. The inside of my sealed backpack got wet. That's how rainy it was. My shoes were completely soaked. I was wearing outdoor boots that I got, but my feet by the end of it were literally swimming in my shoes. That was how wet it got. So I cannot really understate the intensity of that task, because I think unless you've done it and unless you've been through that, you can't imagine really what it's like. You can't, from me explaining it and talking about it, you can't really get an idea of what it's like. So it might sound like I'm being a bit dramatic, but it was honestly like nothing else I've ever done or experienced before. There was a very humbling part of it as well, because you're out there essentially, like I said, alone, and you just have to survive. It is all about survival up there. There's nothing else. You have to survive, and you have to keep going. And it was like you're almost like at the mercy of nature, and that is a really humbling experience, I think, to have. I think it's also worth pointing out that because it was so cloudy, when we were climbing up, obviously you saw the journey up to the Cruachan Dam, but we were basically near the clouds. So when I was showing you the scenery around there, unless you were aware of the fact that the mountain just kept going into the clouds, then it would have been easy to assume that we were near the top, when in actual fact we were nowhere near the top, because it was about another couple hours of climbing into the clouds. We were literally in the clouds at the top. So that, so you understand, like, seeing at the dam, yeah, it looks like we're near the top of these hills, but no, if it was clear, you would have seen how much further up it went, because you just couldn't see the cloud because of the cloud cover. It went way further than you could actually see from the dam. I think all in we were up there for climbing. I think we left, when did we leave in the morning, at like 9:30, and we were back by like 5 p.m. So we were probably climbing for a good 6 to 7 hours. That's how long the climb was. To give you context as to how long we were actually up there climbing for. So yeah, imagine going to the gym and working out your legs for 6 hours straight, because it's basically what it was. It was 6 hours straight leg workout, and like for days afterwards, my legs, I was just in agony. I couldn't really climb stairs properly because of how much of a workout that was. So yeah, just imagine going to the gym for 6 hours and working out your legs constantly and not being able to stop, and then on top of that having being in the middle of clouds and having rain and wind coming at you as if you're in a tropical storm or a hurricane. For 6 hours, just imagine that. So that was to give you another idea of what it was like. So I'm gonna go for now. I'd like to thank you for watching. If you stuck with it this long, thank you for listening to my experience of what it was like. It was, like I said, really difficult, really challenging, but I'm so glad I did it, and I don't know if I would do it again, but it was really fun. It was, like as Sean said, it was not stage 1 fun, but it was like stage 2 fun, where it's fun afterwards. And we had a really good time that weekend. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, just everybody hanging out, and afterwards we had a lot of food. Once we got back to where we were staying, and we played some pool and had some drinks. So yeah, it was good overall. I think it was a good experience. But thank you very much for watching. If you liked this vlog, please do hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video with your friends and family and on all your social feeds. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're watching on Facebook, please do follow the Facebook page and turn on notifications, and that way you will never miss another vlog when it comes out. So I'd like to thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios for now.